AWOOD from the hood.
All right, y'all. We back again. Forgot my lighter. Be right back. All right, so we back. So what I'm trying to talk about. So yeah, first of all, this shit was weighing heavy on my mind yesterday. But when I seen it. But it's about the Olympics with Sha'Carri Richardson and the Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce were being denied entry prior to warm-ups. Now, people like to talk about how, you know, you supposed to, it's rules set in place for a certain thing and this, that, and the third, and you supposed to be on point with things like that, and like, but I mean, being like, taking it from what they, you know, what's coming out, what's been out is the rule was changed like last minute, maybe like the night prior, the night before. Communication. I mean, it just seemed like it was a communication issue, due to them not staying in the villa with the athletes, so they're not riding in on the buses with the regular Olympic athletes. They were denied entry because the rule had changed to where only the athletes that were coming in on the tour buses was to get to this certain gate, which had access to the warm-up facility. Now, I heard from certain reports that they had been waiting for like an hour or so before the event, like in preparation for warming up for said event. It's crazy to think that in this woman's last Olympics, she was retiring after this Olympics, she had a chance to break a record, with this being potentially being her 5th consecutive medal in the 100 meter dash, 100 meter race in the Olympics. So I'm pretty sure leading up to that moment, she was ready, willing, and prepared to go warm up and do her thing. You know, and what people don't understand, I mean, I've never been a professional athlete, but I've been an athlete, and you know, you have certain pregame rituals, you know, pregame things that you like to do before a game that gets you in tune, gets you ready for the game, whether it's listening to a certain song, whether it's doing a certain stretch, any certain things. And you know, a lot of times people don't expect, especially in cases like that, people don't expect delays or issues or anything. Usually you're prepared, you follow, you know, you follow the guidelines you're believing to be right, you follow the rules you believe to be right, and then you get to the point right before it's time to enable that preparation, warm up, you know, get through your ritual and everything, and you get held up. And it's for, I mean, I won't say it's a stupid reason. I understand that it must have been a reason why the rule was changed. Maybe people were getting in that weren't supposed to get in, things of that nature. But these ladies should not have been stuck outside of this gate, you know, for an extended period of time. Or worse than that, I mean, I seen certain reports that was saying that they were direct, you know, somebody came to assist them and they were directed to a different gate entrance that was kind of far, you know, that they had to walk to, that was kind of further away from where they were. I could understand why it happened. And me being objective is saying it's kind of fucked up. You know, for lack of a better term, it's kind of fucked up that they put a kink in this lady's preparation, and it caused, they not gonna say it, but this is my opinion, and I mean, you do your research and you come up to the conclusion that you want to come up with. And what I've come up with is that she was delayed. She's already up in age. She's competed in a lot of events over the past. She started competing in the Olympics in like 2008, but I'm pretty sure she had been running track and competing. She's 37, she'll be 38 this year. So I'm pretty sure she's been involved in track for the better part of the past 25 years. So with all the nerves and everything that everybody has nerves. Some people just don't show them as much as other people. Everybody has nerves. Everybody has, anxiety, and, not as serious as others may have it, but everybody has that certain feeling like, whew, like, and that's why as athletes, we have our pregame rituals, pregame superstitions, all of that. People have that. So when you get a kink thrown into that, it kind of like, especially like I said, I'm not using it as an excuse, but like I said, how I was saying it, she's older, she's up in age, she's competed in, I'm pretty sure, plenty of events, and this, she's already had her mind made up that this was the culmination event. This was what she came here for, to perform and be her best and do her best and win. She's already world-renowned, widely recognized in her field. But we talking mindset, people. We talking mindset. So up in age, really prepared for this. Really prepared and focused on this, and I'm guaranteeing you, up until that moment, she was ready. She was focused. She had everything right. And one thing that people didn't understand about getting agitated, it kind of throws you off. It throws everything off, And as much as you try to clear your head and regain back focus, some people just can't. Some people just, not saying that it's not a situation that she could have. It's just, I'm pretty sure for the magnitude and the gravity of the situation, it was just really debilitating. And she finally gets in to warm up, and she, reports are she sustained an injury. And she had sustained an injury when warm-ups right before her semifinal place. That's why her lane was empty whenever it was time for her to race. She withdrew. And that was the reasoning. But they're trying to separate the two. They're trying to separate the two events like they didn't have anything to do with it. Like, her being locked out or being forced to wait while other athletes were probably gaining access, warming up, doing all their thing. They're outside frustrated and trying to figure out, what's going on. I got a race in, certain amount of time, and like I need to prepare and everything. So shout out Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. Shout out to you. You had a great career. This is not a defining moment. A lot of people do understand the situation and the reason is why. And like I say, it's just fucked up. It's really fucked up how that whole situation went. And like people like, well, Sha'Carri still ran. You have to understand, Sha'Carri's much younger than her. Sha'Carri's much, fresher in the sport than she is. Now, regardless of the you want to talk about speeds or whatever, fine. We're talking about comparing somebody who's in their mid-20s to somebody who's in their late 30s. It just goes to show you that, and this is no shade to anybody, but they were basically in the same position. Shelly suffers an unfortunate injury in warm-ups, and Sha'Carri ends up, qualifying in the heat and then going on and win silver in the finals, and winning the silver medal. She was close. She was real close to getting that, But shout out to the lady from St. Lucia that won. I seen reports that was their first medal, I believe, first medal overall in history. Shout out Shelly-Ann, Fraser-Pryce on a great career. Unfortunate how it may end. We never know. But I mean, in 4 years, she's going to be 4 years from now, in 2028, she's going to be going towards her 41st birthday. 42nd birthday, possibly. I just don't. I don't. She says she's ready to focus on her kids and her family and everything, and potentially maybe dabble into other sports, things of that nature. So, but you never leave the possibility out. You never know with athletes. They retire, they unretire, they get that itch again, and who knows? But shout out to you. You had a great career. Shout out Shelly-Ann, Fraser-Pryce. Great career. Unfortunate end. Rooting for a fast and safe recovery, and wish you the best in your next endeavors. Now on to Sha'Carri Richardson. Now, like I say, they were in the same position, so I don't have to re-explain everything that happened, but was left out to not really warm up the way it was. She placed second in the semifinals and then ended up placing second again in the finals. I do feel like that debacle affected her in some certain way. Just like I said with Shelly, I do feel like that debacle affected her in some sort of way. I mean, a lot of people had her touted as winning the gold. She did seem like she was in that prime position, but like I say, I do believe that whole debacle did affect the athletes, even though they might say that they can't, things of that nature. It's human nature to feel some type of way about situations that's out of your control, but at the same time you feel like shouldn't be going on. So, but shout out Sha'Carri Richardson. Unfortunate situation that she went through back in 2020, Tokyo. Yeah, back in 2020, the Tokyo Olympics. She was poised to put us up on the map back then, and life happens and things be very unfortunate, especially in that situation that she went through. But like Cameron said, dude, if she was doing that while she was smoking weed, y'all see why she was winning all of those world champion, winning those world championship races over the past year. Shout out Sha'Carri Richardson. She did her thing. She got the silver medal, and definitely look forward to seeing her blossom in career as far as over the next 2 to 3, possibly 4 Olympics. Over the next 12 to 16 years. But yeah, shout out Sha'Carri. Unfortunate situation. Glad she was able to push through it and get it done for USA. So, yeah, shout out Sha'Carri. Oh, staying on the topic of Olympics, today's Sunday, August 4th, by the way, my bad. I didn't give y'all the date and time. I didn't do that yesterday either, but, today's August 4th. Shout out former President Barack Obama, or better known as forever President Barack Obama. Happy birthday, dog. Just thought I'd shout him out. But, yeah, yesterday, which was the third, Team USA beat Puerto Rico, and it was rather favorable. Don't got the stats pulled up right now, but Team USA is we pushing through. Well, the men's basketball, we pushing through. We looking great. We going into I believe it's getting ready for the finals, semifinals, and all of that. So great to see what we're gonna do as far as Olympic wise. And the women's Team USA women's is what they expect the men's to be, which I understand. We're supposed to host the best basketball players in the world, but in the recent turn of the decade, and really more recently, like really the turn of the century, foreign players have actually, become a lot better, a lot greater. It's a lot of talent in the league that's not, American. So it's good to see that we still very competitive, and we still, I believe we still miles ahead of a lot of other countries. We're gonna medal in basketball, period. The gold is the standard because we're the best. We have the best. We have most of the best basketball players in the world. But like I say, if recently, with Giannis, Nikola Jokic, that's just a few big names that have won MVP recently. You can even throw Joel Embiid in there. Even though he kind of grew up out here and he's been out here for the majority of his life, versus somebody like maybe Giannis or Nikola Jokic, who were mostly in their country until they got went pro or went to college. Anyway, back, Team USA women's basketball has won 58 games in a row. 58 Olympic games in a row. They're going for their 8th consecutive medal. I mean, what more do we want? I mean, we do our thing when it comes to basketball, especially as far as the women go. As far as Team USA, the women's basketball is, basically OP. Great game tonight. They played today. My bad, not tonight. But great game today. They played Germany. Good win. We got we're doing great in the Olympics. Let me just go ahead and say that. For anybody who has like bad things or negative things to say about the US, as far as like how we do our medal count, or how we view things, certain victories, this, that, and the third. Let me tell y'all something. As of now, I'm about to look on the website. As of the United States of America is the number 1 ranked team in the world. I don't care if we're tied. We're the number 1 ranked team in the world because we are leading in first place with 19 medals, gold medals, tied with China, who also has 19. The next closest has 12. So 7 clear of the next closest. Now, here's where, like I say, we're number 1 and nobody is, we're clearly number 1. We have 71 total medals. 71. To put this into perspective, right? China, who has 19 gold medals along with us, has 45. They have 26 less medals than we have total. 26, right? People talked about how we were claiming medal counts over, when people were leading in the golds over us. So now, let me talk, right? We have a 26 medal lead over China, who is second. You want to know what's funny? We have just as many bronze medals as we have more medals than China. 26. We have just as many silver medals as we have more than China. 26. Other than leading with 19 gold medals, we have a total of 52. 52 silver and bronze. We have more silver and bronze medals than every country after us has combined medals, and we have the 19, and we also have the 19 gold medals. So once again, the United States of America reigns supreme. Now, I don't want to hear people talking about, oh, you still have another week of it. We have a week left with a clear 26 medal advantage. Where's China going to get 26 medals in 7 days? I don't think it's happening. I just wanted to take that time to shout out the country. I know we've been garnering a lot of our medals in swimming. We got, a few gymnastic medals. I know we have, like I said, we have a lot of track and field medals. Have a lot of swimming medals. Got a few gymnastic medals. Men's gymnastic medal for the first time since 2008. We set in history this year. I was watching live when we set the world record in the mixed 4x100. The mixed 4x400. That was an exhilarating race. Even though it was in the heat, it still was a very exhilarating race. We've been doing very good this year in terms of medals, gold, and all of that. So I like to see us finish it out strong. Obviously, whenever I get on the mic, I'm going to mention the Olympics and what's going on up until it ends, then give a whole overview of my opinion of it. Lastly, with the Olympics, we're going to talk about Noah Lyles. Shout out Noah Lyles. A lot of people like to hate on bro and like to talk mess about bro, but like I say, I'm biased, but I'm objective at the same time. And you got to give him credit. He's not a 100-meter sprinter, and it's kind of, people are bringing up Usain Bolt and hobby, but it's kind of like the same with Usain. Usain really was more of a 200-meter runner than he was a 100-meter sprinter, and it just translates. What if you train well, train well. Obviously, you do a lot of training. You'll be able to get it down pat. But yeah, he wins. He wins by, I think, like 5/10,000ths of a second or something like that. 5,000ths of a second, something like that, something crazy. It was like a photo finish for sure, but it was just great to see, another gold medal won for the U.S. And he won. I like people. What people don't like to understand is, people wanted to clown them and be like, "Oh, he cocky, he's this and that." But I'm like, it's a difference when you cocky, and it's like, say for instance, you cocky and you living off a reputation from like high school or something like that, and you just really still thinking you that nigga and shit like that. Like anytime you and the homies go do something, nigga, you suck, or you not this, or you not that. You always gotta be like that, and like that type of cocky shit I understand. But like in dude's case, he really, like, he backed it up. I mean, do we really want to fault somebody for talking they ish and backing it up? He said to be able to talk that talk, you got to be a world champion, you got to be an Olympic champion. I'm paraphrasing, that's not exactly what he said, but that's what he said in a nutshell. He was a world champion before he came to the Olympics. Now he's an Olympic champion. I believe he's still running in the 200-meter, so we'll have to see that as well. Noah Lyles, shout out to you, 100-meter champ, gold medalist. Added to that total, so we can talk our shit. Because what they can say now, we got 19 gold medals. It's tied for first. We got 71 total, 26 clear over the next person. So what are we really talking about? It's looking like the United States is winning the Olympics this year. And hey, it's a great win for American people, to feel good in the times that we're going through. But that's Olympics talk. Okay, switch it up gears. He's like that. Shout out Andre Johnson, first Texan in franchise history to be in the Hall of Fame. Shout out my boy Devin Hester, my favorite player. Been my favorite player since I was able to watch, understand, and know what football was, you know. And shout out everybody else that made it. And I seen a post on Instagram that that's listing the people that's eligible in 2025. So let's see. We got Luke Kuechly, who I believe is going to be in the Hall of Fame. We got Eli Manning, who I believe is a Hall of Famer. We got Earl Thomas. I don't really know. What y'all think about Earl Thomas? What y'all think? Got Marshawn Lynch. I think a case could be made. I think
play clock at 5. Pass is intercepted at the goal line by Malcolm Butler. Unreal. Malcolm Butler, who almost made the phenomenal play that wound up in Kersey's arms. There are flags on the field.
Golly, they should have handed that fucking ball off. I predicted I'm gonna have Mitch on this show one day, and he gonna tell the fucking story, because I literally predicted how that fucking game was gonna end, and it happened exactly how I said it. I literally fucking said, when Seattle got the ball back, when Seattle had got the ball back, New England kicked the ball off, Seattle got the ball back. I said, watch this. Seattle is about to drive all the way down there on some live fluky shit, and they gonna turn the ball over before they score. I can't remember if I said red zone or not, but I did say it was gonna get all the way down the field, so I'm pretty sure that means red zone, whether I said it or not. But I said it in a room, in a house full of people. My boy Guapo can vouch for me. He ain't got no reason. He don't got no fucking reason to lie. I said the Seahawks was gonna drive all the way down there on some fluky shit, and they were gonna turn the ball over on some Madden shit. Like, it be like that on Madden. And literally when what it was, Jermaine Kearse caught that fucking live ass catch and shit, and they got all the way down, and then they had got all the way to the goal line. I just knew it. Like, I never thought for 1 second when Seattle got the ball back that they was gonna score. It just some Tom Brady shit going against Tom Brady. Like, it's something that was hard to do. And we talking pre-Atlanta. We're gonna talk about that on this show one day too, because that's some shit. That was some crazy shit. But Marshawn Lynch shit probably could be a case. Adam Vinatieri is first ballot. He's definitely getting in. Clay Matthews, it's a case. It's definitely a case. I mean, sometimes they don't count later years in dudes' careers if they was really that good during the heat, then during the height of their career. But who knows? I don't think first ballot. Just like with Earl Thomas, I don't think first ballot. Marshawn Lynch, I don't think he's gonna be first ballot either. I mean, I do believe Marshawn Lynch is gonna be in the Hall of Fame. All off of what he did in Seattle, for sure. But I don't know if it may be in his youth. You know, I think he might get up in age. You know, you got dudes that you got a dude this year that made the Hall that retired in '83. So he waited 41 years to be enshrined. I'm not saying that it's gonna take Marshawn Lynch 40 years. I would hope not, but I mean, I don't believe he's gonna be first ballot. Terrell Suggs, definitely, I believe he's gonna be a Hall of Famer. Um, Definitely was a staple for the Ravens. Beside Ray Lewis and post Ray Lewis. I don't think he really did too much with the Chiefs when he ended up getting the Super Bowl. But yeah, I think he's gonna be Hall of Fame. I mean, he's fringe first ballot, possibly getting left off first year, getting on second year. You got Joe Staley. I mean, solid tackle. With offensive linemen, I mean, I believe he do probably he. I don't really know too much about him. I know he was a good staple, I believe, for the 49ers. Yeah, the 49ers. But yeah, possible Hall of Famer. Possible, he definitely most likely gonna be a Hall of Famer, but I don't know if he's gonna be first ballot. Vernon Davis, I mean, he would be. I believe he's gonna be a Hall of Famer one day. I don't know. I think it's gonna skip him a couple years before he make it. But he was damn good for the 49ers. I mean, he got him a bowl with Peyton. He did get him a bowl with Peyton. He was one and done for Denver. Got him a bowl and got up out of there. Went to Washington, finished his career in Washington. He was kind of solid in Washington. I mean, he up in the age and everything. I think he had a couple big games. He's gonna be a Hall of Famer one day. Aqib Talib definitely gonna be, I believe, possibly gonna be a Hall of Famer one day. Just think it might skip him a couple years. Ryan Khalil, same. I think it might skip him a couple years. Marshall Yonder, definitely first ballot Hall of Famer. Ravens legend. Usually when dudes were good, like great players, and they tenured with teams, they usually tend to get the nod. If I had to pick maybe three of these guys that were gonna be actual finalists or semi-finalists, to get chosen. I mean, first ballot. I definitely think Luke Kuechly. As much as I want it to be, I want Eli Manning to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. One thing that y'all gonna learn about me when we bring up history and everything, I'm a big Eli Manning fan. One of my earliest memories was of the David Tyree catch. And, when we was watching the Super Bowl, the David Tyree catch, we was all sitting in the living room. Everybody was like, what the everybody went crazy. I remember Michael Strahan celebrating afterwards and all that. It was crazy. And I remember in 2011, I was going for the Giants when they played the Patriots because everybody was going for the Patriots. I didn't think I would, I got to tell you, I was a Devin Hester fan with the Bears, but we wasn't in the Super Bowl, so... when the people was asking who I was going for, I'm going for the Giants. I like the Eli Manning. I didn't really like Peyton Manning, but I guess that's the Houston native in me. I didn't really like Peyton Manning, but I fuck with Eli. But yeah, probably Luke Kuechly, Eli, but Eli might get left off. But definitely Adam Vinatieri. We got some great dudes that's eligible for the Hall this year. Of course, you got other people that's eligible too, but those are gonna be the newest nominees because they from when they retired up until now. They got some notable Hall of Fame candidates for next year. I'm pretty sure Adam Vinatieri is definitely gonna make it in. He done played on some. He done been on multiple Super Bowl teams, made multiple, kicks in the Super Bowl for the Colts, kicks in the Super Bowl for the Pats, those early Pats. Yeah. Shout out to all them boys that's potentially gonna make the Hall of Fame next year. Anyway. On to some WWE news. We're going to finish out the day on some WWE news. As y'all know, Summerslam was yesterday. And as I feel like I predicted, Cody Rhodes did retain his title. So look forward to seeing what the WWE got in store for his next little storyline, because I'm pretty sure you've seen the match, you've seen the highlights, because this was yesterday. Roman Reigns made his long-awaited return since his hiatus from WrestleMania. Super bad punch and spear to Solo, and a stare down to the American Nightmare. For the OTC, he's wearing a shirt that says OTC, assuming that goes for Original Tribal Chief. Shout out Roman Reigns, dog. He a guy that you love to hate. You know, you might not like him, but you respect him, and I respect him enough to say, like, you know, I like him. Fuck it. You know, he's good at making you not like him. You know, that's what people were saying WWE had been lacking for, you know, a few years in the late 2010s and all that. Great characters and, you know, people that you can get behind and things of that nature. Pause. Reigns returned. Looking like we about to get that bloodline feud, and that's good. I'm hoping that we get Cody going in like a completely different direction other than the bloodline, because I feel like the bloodline story can stand on its own. It doesn't need like titles and, you know, championships to make it like must watch and things of that nature. Like, I feel like they've set it up to where it can stand alone on its own, and now we can let Cody go garner a new feud with somebody else. Potential Brock Lesnar. What y'all think about if Brock Lesnar returns? I mean, it may seem crazy, like a crazy ass opinion, but I mean, I wouldn't mind Brock coming back and having one more feud with Cody, you know, and seeing where that takes him. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm just, I guess, wishful thinking, you know. But yeah, I hope WWE is going in like another direction with Cody, as far as like a feud with somebody new, fresh, to revitalize that world title picture and get it away from the bloodline. Because like I say, the bloodline could stand on its own. It doesn't need world titles. It doesn't need all that to make it pizzazz. That's something that they did a great job of building up. And now, you know, not saying that story is done, but as far as like being at the forefront of the company and being everything that the WWE is about, you know, it could be a 1B, you know, to the main story, if you get what I'm saying. So shout out Triple H. He doing his thug thizzle with the business. LA Knight, yeah. Yeah.
What everybody's saying. Yeah.
That shit funny as hell. That shit like super over, dog. Like, I remember like when I was getting back into WWE crazy, like LA Knight was like exhilarating. Like the promos dude be cutting, like, bro, wrestling style and everything. Like, bro definitely is, like I say, one of the better characters that the WWE is developed, you know. Then I wouldn't say they developed him, because he was, you know, he was a budding star when he came in. They just repackaged him and they kind of did him wrong for a little bit. But with this LA Knight gimmick, they doing him right. And hated to see that he didn't win the Money in the Bank these past 2 years. We was, me and my boy Mitch, we had been vying for him to win. You feel me? Because it's LA Knight, man. He just somebody you want to see. Like, you want to see a title belt on dude. Like, You want to see the belt on dude, and it's just good to see that he won. I mean, Logan Paul was definitely over. He was a great champion and all that. But that was a great match for him to lose, a great person for him to lose to. I feel like their little feud was good, exhilarating, definitely generated a lot of views and a lot of buzz, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people are satisfied with LA Knight winning the belt. I don't think it's something that they feel like is pushing. I feel like it's long overdue. I do hope that this may shoehorn him into the world title picture. I kind of, in the grand scheme of it, thinking about it, I kind of wish that they would have more or less went with him going against Cody. I mean, making it more like an old style rivalry, like, hey, look, you had your run, you finished your story or whatever, but now, it's time, something of that nature to kind of like spice it up. I kind of would have, LA Knight Cody Rhodes feud definitely, I feel like could have got us to at least the Rumble. I'm talking maybe past Survivor Series all the way to the Rumble. But I feel like it's great for LA Knight. He finally got some gold around his waist. Good, hopefully he does great with this run. Gonna be watching. I can't remember if he on Raw or SmackDown, but usually after a pay-per-view, I mean, shit, the superstars pop up on whatever show. So I'll be watching Raw, peeking in on Raw tomorrow to see how that goes. We got the crazy one on the night that kind of showing WWE still got those little predictable, winks at you and trying to throw it in that way. Kind of like how they did last year with the Money in the Bank, the men's Money in the Bank with Damian Priest winning it and Finn Balor still believing he was owed the championship and things of that nature and all of that turmoil, and it built up to what ended up. All right, fuck mic issues. Anyway. But yeah, basically I was saying all that to say how they did with Damian Priest and Finn Balor and the attention that they had. They kind of built the same way up with Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax. And I think it's a great build up. I mean, I'm not gonna put them down. I feel like it's a great build up. It definitely shows that the old. That even though it's an old tangent, two stars that's teaming up. One goes for the world title. The other one kind of seems like they're on a lackluster, second lackey and everything. And then next thing you know, they win a number one contenders match or win the like the Money in the Bank. Nah, they not a champ or the dude, whoever it is that was contending and side-eyeing them like, hey, what, and then it goes how it goes. So I'm pretty sure that's how they're gonna do with the Nia Jax Tiffany Stratton deal. I can even possibly see a situation where Nia Jax is defending the belt and maybe has a great match. And then possibly loses, and then Tiffany Stratton uses that to take her opportunity. Like, look, even though you lost, we still captured the belt or whatever. To maybe kind of, I ain't getting creative, but that's how I could envision it happening. Maybe if I was in line, I mean, if I had a line to the writer's room, I would put it in some sort of like that to maybe twist it up, maybe not have it like a full-on turn, but like maybe like a what the fuck moment that leads to a little bit more tension that makes it like, okay, look, fuck it, that boils it over. Don't just use it as don't use it like how they did. I mean, they slow burn the shit out of the Judgment Day shit, but it culminated, like I said, that was another thing that happened yesterday at SummerSlam. Finn Balor turned on Damian Priest. Damian Priest lost to Gunther. So now Gunther is the new champion. Gunther's a great wrestler. Kind of boring though. I mean, kind of boring. But everybody, touts him as being such a great wrestler and all of this. So maybe I just need to watch more. Maybe I need to focus more. Maybe do some more research on him to see. But as far as what I seen, kind of boring. Don't really see the hype around it. Great wrestler. I definitely a great wrestler. But other than that, I really just don't see, what made him be the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion ever type shit. Something like that. Things of that nature. So, I don't know. But, yeah. So, hopefully they don't drag the Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton situation out like that, like they did the Judgment Day situation. Hopefully it's something that, propels them up probably to Survivor Series and then, or close up to that and we get some crazy things, going on with that because, it's never a good sign when you got a world champion and they best friend or partner is holding the contract for a championship match at any time. Just crazy to think about. But yeah, Finn Balor turned on Damian Priest. Gunther wins the World Heavyweight Champion. Don't want to really talk too much about that. Both of them, never really liked Damian Priest either. Damian Priest versus Gunther is kind of a match I would never have been interested in, even if I was off from work yesterday on time and was able to watch it. But yeah. Drew McIntyre beat CM Punk. I really wonder where they're gonna go with this. I hate that they kind of. It wasn't a great WrestleMania moment. I don't give a damn. I don't like how it went down. I just feel like they waited too long and they didn't have no decision for Damian Priest. And they were just like, oh, well, it's WrestleMania or whatever. We'll go ahead and throw that in to make it a little bit more exhilarating. But it was the most predictable shit ever. You knew it was going to happen, and it happened. And I don't, some people, not a lot of people I've seen, but some people in the comments talking about some, oh, yeah, Damian Priest really was kind of doing good. And da-da-da. I didn't like it. Boring. Not respectable as a top guy, even just if he as a brand top guy doesn't have the appeal, the look, or anything. It still looks forced. It's not really a solid gimmick. Hey, it's my opinion. That's just how I think about it. But like I say, it went from boring to boring. So right now the World Heavyweight title is kind of in limbo. I really wish they would have kept it on Drew. Kind of wish they would have had one of those. If they could have ended the Judgment Day at WrestleMania, and that would have made that moment maybe more bigger and memorable. Damian Priest and Finn maybe run out there and soon as Damian Priest tries to come in after the attack or whatever on Drew McIntyre, and Damian Priest is trying to cash it in or whatever, he comes out there with Finn Balor, and they would have did what they did, but and they he would have turned on him like, oh yeah, we're gonna do him, and we're gonna make, and he could have just turned on him and cost him his Money in the Bank or whatever. And that's how y'all could have ended it, but hey, it is what it is. I like Drew McIntyre. Mitch don't like Drew McIntyre. He still holds bro to a standard of that 3MB shit. He don't like that. He don't have no respect for bro. I like Drew McIntyre. I wish he bring back Broken Dreams as a theme. That theme was fucking fire. But yeah, shout out Drew McIntyre. I like the fact that it's Drew McIntyre and CM Punk. Don't know if they're gonna involve a world title in that feud. But we'll see. We never know. I don't know what they got in store for Gunther, but like I say, he pretty boring. I hope he don't keep the belt that long. But not looking for Roman. Really not looking for Roman v. Cody 3. I hope they don't press that. Just like I hope The Rock don't do no fuck shit and end up being no champion. If Dwayne The Rock Johnson is a WWE champion before John Cena, during John Cena retirement and his end tour or whatever, I'm gonna revoke my WWE fanship because I don't want to see The Rock as no WWE fucking champion. And I don't care about no appeal, no nothing. I ain't got nothing against The Rock. It's just, why? At this point in your career, why? That's all I gotta say. You're not pushing for no record. You're not pushing for no like nostalgia. At this point, it would seem very forced. Just like when Goldberg came back. It's like the shit worked in the early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s when it was first, when he first in, but all that trying to put somebody over and make them like it doesn't work for everybody. It doesn't. So just because you're on the board of TKO and all that, you want to be quote unquote the final boss, don't strap up. Pause. But don't put that belt on yourself, man. Don't do that to the fandom. That's not what we want to see. You can feud with the fam. Don't put the belt around your waist, man. You're gonna ruin a lot of the work that Triple H has done. Don't do it. But yeah, that's like the big Summerslam news. It's like the big SummerSlam news, like the big headlining things that I really wanted to talk about. Oh yeah, Braun Breaker. Shout out Braun Breaker. I like Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn was a great IC title. It was great to see that he beat Gunther. I definitely I don't think that it's bad for champions to be long. I don't think it's necessarily bad for champions to be long reigning. It's just everybody is not meant for it. I feel like Sami Zayn had a perfectly good run. I don't feel like his run was worse than Damian Priest, because I guess their run was about the same amount of time. They both won at WrestleMania. But yeah, Braun Breaker was definitely breaking in and I mean, yeah, he's a great performer. He's great in the ring. He got great promo skills. Family lineage there. He got the tools to be a star. Chad Gable though, I wonder where this leaves him when it comes to the mid card race. He was just vying for his opportunity, and not saying he's been overshadowed, but looks like the WWE may be either moving towards a Gable Breaker feud, or they might just be taking it in a whole different direction. Gotta catch up. Like I say, baby, dealing with the newborn and everything, haven't really been able to keep up with things how I want to keep up with them, but I have been slowly getting back. My son's getting older, so getting used to it, and he's kind of starting to get used to his schedule and everything, because we got to do everything his way, unfortunately. I still be feeling like my dog Coop be feeling a little neglected, but we've been doing our due diligence, trying to make him feel appreciated, giving him treats and everything, petting him. So He over here. He lays out here. He shares the man cave with me. This is my quote unquote man cave, which is very near and dear to my heart. Yeah, got the jerseys on the wall. Got some more over there. I got some more all around too. But yeah, it's my little man cave. Hopefully I get a better setup as far as like camera wise. I got my good mic. I like my mic. Think the sound quality is real good. I have to listen to it off my phone, like in my earphones and shit, and see how it really sounds. But yeah, I'm gonna probably be more condensed, and like I say, we're gonna get my boy J-Ski on here so we could be on here, and then we can get the format going. And we got some fun. We was talking about it today. We got some fun stuff. Planned for the pilot to really get us going, and you know, we had so many crazy ass, funny ass conversations. I can't wait till we get it on the pod. We already been talking about how like we got stories we saving for the pod and everything. So can't wait. So I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here tonight, y'all. I'm gonna leave y'all with a quote from an Instagram post that I seen for y'all fellas out there. When a woman says she got a lot going on, it means she trying to choose between you and Buddy, and he winning at the moment. So yeah, y'all don't be out there playing no fool, man. I'm AWOOD from the hood. See y'all later.
Yeah, my mama told me stay out these streets because I'm gifted.